So in this video, we're going to be discussing blood compatibility. Which blood is compatible to which can receive from which can donate to which. And in this video, I'll be walking you through all types of blood groups. So watch till the end, your blood group will be mentioned. Okay. Now, before doing that, we need to have this key in mind. We know that A can donate to A and AB and can receive from A and O, but we have to streamline it to the rhesus factor blood. Okay, so we need to know who can donate, what A positive can donate, and what A positive can receive. Okay, and then I'll be working with this simple rule I stated here. So every rhesus positive blood will donate to only rhesus positive blood, but a rhesus negative blood can donate to both the rhesus negative and rhesus positive blood. Okay, now moving over to this, let's assume this is a red blood cell. Now, the red blood cell, there are specific proteins or genes that code for certain proteins, right? And they are found on the surface of the red blood cell, like I discussed in my last video. Let's assume this is antigen A. This is antigen B. Okay? And this is the antigen D, which is the rhesus factor. Okay? Now, looking at this blood cell, if you have only A, without B, that means you are A positive. If you have A, that means you are blood group A. If you have just B on your erythrocyte, that means you are blood group B. If you have both A and B on your erythrocytes, that means you are blood group AB. If you do not have A and B, that means you are blood group O. So there's nothing here, so blood group 0. Okay, so blood group O. Now, if this is present on the surface of your blood, your blood is known as a positive blood. So your blood is positive for the rhesus factor. So if you have A and this, it is A positive. B and this, B positive. A without this, A negative. B without this, B negative. And nothing at all on the surface of the blood cell, it will be O negative. But if just this appears on the blood cell without B and A, it is O positive. I hope that is clear. Okay. Now, moving over to here, we know that there is always an antibody-antigen reaction, right? Antigen does not react with antigen, it only reacts with antibodies. Now, coming over here, let's assume this is a dish and we have antibodies present in this dish. Remember in my last video that it is only antibody A has the antibody B, right? The B antibody. B has the A antibody. Okay? Then we have the rhesus factor, the D antibody. Okay? Now, there will be a reaction. So let's assume that this split is coated with antibodies. So you have antibody A, antibody B, antibody D. And we do not know the blood sample we are working with. So let's assume we dip blood into these dishes that contains this antibody. And there is a clump here. And there is a clump here. There is a clump here. But there is no clump here. And there is no clump here. What does that signify? That signifies that this antibody in this dish has reacted with the antigen. Okay? The antibody A, which is for B, has reacted with the A antigen. So if there's a reaction, that means the blood group is A. So we have blood group A. Okay? Now, what other thing do we need to know? Since it is blood group A, that means it will have the B antigen in circulation, right? So the B antibody rather, since it is blood group A, it will have the B antibodies in the plasma, all right? And since there is no agglutination here, there is no clotting here, that means this person is negative, okay? So it is a negative blood, A negative blood, because this particular antibody did not react to the blood. So the antigen is not present. The antigen, when the antigen is present, there will be a reaction. So the reaction only occurs when the antigen is present. Okay? Now, moving forward, so that means that this blood is going to have the D antibody in circulation. Since it does not have the antigen, it will have the antibody. Okay? So if it doesn't have the antigen, it will have the antibody against it. If it have the antigen, it will not have the antibody. Okay, so since the antibody is what is in circulation now, let's see who we can donate to. Now, the law states here, we know that we can donate to, A can donate to A and AB, right? So A can donate to, let me use another color. A can donate to A and AB, right? So let's be specific. Let's be specific. Because there is a resource law stated here. Since it's a negative blood can donate to both the negative and the positive type of blood. So that means A negative can donate to A negative, AB negative, A positive, and AB positive. Okay, I hope that's very simple and clear. So if you are A negative, note that you can donate to A negative, AB negative, A positive, and AB positive. Now, coming to receiving, we know that A can receive from only A and O. Okay, so we're going to write down. Write that down. A and O. So let us specify the resource factor here now. Now, having known that the what is in circulation is D, the resource factor is in circulation here. So you cannot give this blood to a positive person, because if you give this blood to a positive person that has the antigen, the antibody will react. So you are only giving this blood to a negative person. So it is just the A negative and the A O negative that can receive this blood type. So let's look at another scenario now, where you have a clump here, and also a clump here. Okay, so what does this signify? It signifies that this is an A blood and it has the resource factor, so it's A positive. Okay, now what are the antibodies in circulation? The antibodies in circulation here is antibody B, because it is blood group A. So the antibody in circulation is antibody B. All right, so let us see who can donate and receive. We have over here that the A can donate to A and AB. So A and AB. Following the rule, our resource rule, positive can only donate to positive, but negative can donate to negative and positive. So we have a positive blood here, so it can only donate to positive blood. Okay, so that is that. Now moving over to who the A positive blood can receive from. Since we know that it is just the B that is in circulation, obviously a B blood cannot go here. So it will only receive from A and O. Now to specify the resource factor, what do we do? There is no antibodies here, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so whether you give it a positive or a negative blood, it doesn't matter because there is no antibody here to react with the antigen. Okay, so this can receive A positive, O positive, A negative, and O negative. Pretty simple, right? So that's that for the A positive blood. All right, so let's take another scenario. Let's assume there is a clump here on the B and no clump. Okay, so we only have the clump in the B part, no clump in here, no clump in here. So this signifies that this blood group is what? B. B what? No clumping, so it is B negative. Okay, so you have a B negative blood. What are the antibodies in circulation? We have antibody A, and D, because they are in circulation. The antigens are not there. So who can B donate to? B can donate to B and AB, right? So A, B, and B. The resource factor, negative blood can donate to negative and positive, right? So this can donate to AB negative, B negative, AB positive, and B positive. All right. Now let's move to who they can receive from. Looking at the antibodies in circulation, they can only receive from B and O. So B and O. To specify the resource factor, you have resource factor in circulation, in the plasma of the blood. So what do? You cannot give this blood to a positive patient. So this will only receive from the B negative and the O negative. The O negative blood and the B negative blood. You can't give this to a positive patient. Okay, so that is that. Let's look at another scenario where there is an agglutination or there's a clump here, and also there is a clump here. Okay, so this blood group will obviously be blood group B positive. So who can they donate to? B can donate to B and AB, right? The resource factor says positive blood will only donate to positive blood. So B positive, AB positive. Now, who can they receive from? Now, they can receive from themselves and O. That is B and O. To specify the resource factor, we're going to look at the antigens, the antibodies in circulation here. There's no antibody here. Okay, the antibody in circulation here will be antibody A. There is no antibody here. So the people that can receive, the people that blood group B positive can receive blood from are B positive, O positive, B negative, and O negative. That's because there is no antibody to react to. There is no antibody in the resource. There's no resource factor antibody in the plasma. Okay, so that is that. So if you are B positive, these are the people you can donate to, and these are the people you can receive from. Let's look at another scenario now. What if you have a clump on A and also on B? Okay, so what do you think this blood group will be? There's a clump here, so blood group A. There's also a clump here, B, but there is no clump here, negative. So the blood group is AB negative, right? Okay, let's see who they can donate to. Now, the AB can only donate to AB, right? So they can donate to AB, but since it is a negative blood, the rule says that negative blood can give to both negative and positive blood. So it can donate to both variants of itself. So the AB negative and AB positive. Okay, these are the people they can donate to. Now, who can they receive from? Who can they receive from? There is no antibodies on the serum aside antibody D that is present. So who can they receive from? They can only receive from the negative type. They can't receive from the positive type because the antibody is in circulation here. So they can only receive from A, B, AB, and O, but the negative type. Okay, they can only receive from the negative type. They can't receive from the positive type because the antibody is there. You can see that even if they are called universal recipients, it is not all the blood groups that are here. So we are going to get to those ones that are universal recipients. Okay, let's look at another scenario where you have a clump in here. You also have clump in here, and you have clump in here. So all the dishes have clumps. Okay. Now, this blood group is obviously A, B positive. Okay, AB positive. So who can they donate to? They can donate to only themselves. A, B, right? Now, which of the AB, is it AB positive or AB negative? The law says that a positive blood will only donate to positive blood. So it is only AB positive, right? Now, who can they receive from? They are universal recipients. So they can receive from everybody. A, B, A, B, and O. Let's look at the resource factor now. Over here, there is no antibody, no antibody, no antibody. So they can receive from everybody. So they can receive from A negative, B negative, AB negative, O negative, A negative, A positive, B positive, AB positive, and O positive. And these are the real universal recipients. These ones can take blood from anybody, all right? So if you are AB positive, you can receive blood from anybody, all right? Now let's look at another type, another scenario. What if there is no clump here, there is no clump here, and there is a clump here? So what if we have a clump here? So that means you do not have the A antigen, you do not have the B antigen. What would you have? Remember what I explained here. If you do not have A, you do not have B, what you would have is O. So this blood group is blood group O. It has the rhesus factor, which is O positive. Okay, so this blood group is O positive. Who can it donate to? It is a universal donor, right? So it can donate to both A, B, AB, and itself. But what does the law state here? The law states that positive blood can only donate to positive blood. All right. So A will be positive, B will be positive, AB will be positive, O will be positive. Okay. So it is only positive blood and the O positive can donate to. That means the O positive is not a universal donor. All right. So who can they receive from? The O can only receive from itself. Right. Now let's look at the antibodies here. So this has antibody A, antibody B, and right, no antibody for the D. And because it doesn't have antibody, there will be no reaction. So whatsoever blood you put, as long as it is A, whatever type of blood you put, as long as it's A, will work. So it can receive from both A positive, O positive rather, and O negative. Okay, so an O positive blood can receive from both O positive and O negative. So if you have O positive blood, these are the people you can donate to, and these are the people you can receive from. Right? So let's move over to, I think, the last scenario. So what if you do not have clump here? You do not have clump here. There is no clump here. Everything is just clear. What blood group does that tell you? So if you don't have A, you don't have B, that is O, and you do not have the rhesus factor, that is O negative. All right. Now, who can O donate to? O can donate to everybody. So A, B, A, B, O. Now let's look at the rhesus factor. What does the law say? Negative blood can donate to both negative and positive blood. All right. So we have A positive, B positive, AB positive, O positive, A negative, B negative, AB negative, and O negative. So these are the original universal donor. Universal donor. Okay, so the O positive is not a universal donor. That's why you can't outwardly say that the O is a universal donor. It is the O negative that is a universal donor, right? So now who can they receive from? Obviously, if there is no antigen, they have everything to fight against foreign bodies. So A, B, and D are the antibodies in their circulation. That means they can only receive from O themselves, O negative. So this blood group, it's weird because how can you give to everybody, but you can only receive from your type of blood? It's really weird. So you can now see that the O positive is not a universal donor, but the O negative. All right. So thank you for watching this video, and please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so. Follow my Facebook page to be attached to this video. So thank you very much, and see you in my next video.